So we have a lot of things to talk about in this video because there are some very key trend shifts that are taking place when it comes to SHIB and the overall crypto market. We just saw something take place again that happened back in July that was at that time a detriment to SHIB price, and we are sitting at an all-time low in this metric. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, hit that bell. Again, that is free to do and it keeps you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the big bad news, right? Billions of SHIB stolen from a major exchange once again. So if you guys remember, back in July, we witnessed this same thing with WazirX. We saw over $100 million worth of SHIB tokens that were actually stolen from this exchange. And yes, it did affect price. They dumped on the open market. So what we saw over the last 24 hours was slow mist Indodax, the oldest and largest Indonesian exchange with more than 5 million users, suffered a security breach. They stole over $22 million worth of crypto. Now, they only stole 9 billion SHIB tokens. That is not a very large amount. That's like $117,000. So the good news is that although this did take place, it was not nearly close to the amount of SHIB that we saw stolen from WazirX just 2 months ago, which is why you haven't seen an impact in price from this. But I want people to remember this. If you are not actively trading, cold storage, cold storage, cold storage, cold storage. Do not expose yourself to risk like this. You can't get stolen when you're in cold storage, right? Now, moving on to bigger and better things. We have actually seen a shift in social activity. We've kind of gotten out of meme season. We've been out of meme season for a little bit. And what we're actually seeing is this shift back towards the big dogs, no pun intended, when it comes to social activity on meme coins. In fact, Doge, Pepe, and Shib are leading the top meme projects right now. So there is the most interest sitting in these top coins. Doge led the way, Pepe was behind it, Shib right following up behind that. And that brought me to this interesting point. Are we witnessing a shift in the interest in meme coins? And while it may seem like the answer is yes, the answer is no. All right. We are not witnessing Pepe outdo Shib or anything like that right now. While Pepe, I think, is going to do quite well in the cycle, and it obviously has done well. It's climbed up to being the third largest meme coin in all of crypto. It's about a 2.5x away from flipping Shiba Inu in market cap. I don't think that ever happens. Yes, there's more volume right now. Yes, there's more activity. And yes, there is more social buzz. But when we look at where big adoption is taking place, for example, a place like India, which leads the world in crypto adoption, SHIB is actually one of the most traded coins in India, period. Pepe is not even close, right? And right now, when we look at where people are actually looking, what people are focusing on right now, the SHIB community has gotten kind of quiet on social metrics, but guess what? The optics for SHIB remain high. And one of the things that is beneficial for SHIB is that it is such a dominant asset in the space, all right? So right now, obviously on the, for example, coin market cap, there are some paid coins up here, so we'll just ignore those. So right now, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, XRP, Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is in the top 5 coins in terms of optics just on CoinMarketCap alone. And you guys can look on some other sites as well, like CoinGecko and things like that. And the trends are consistent. SHIB optics are remaining extremely high. In fact, when we look at Google searches over time, this resilience has stayed the same for SHIB. It hasn't changed even basically since June, since the market has continued to drop and drop and drop. People are in fact paying attention to what's going on with Shiba Inu. There's just not much buzz going on social media right now because frankly, nobody cares right now. Nobody is excited about the crypto market. When that changes, that's again when we'll start to see some movements in price. But what we saw over the past few days was actually a significant drop off in the available SHIB supply on exchanges. In fact, it dropped by 1%. 1% may not seem like much, but you're talking over 1.6 trillion coins. All right. So for example, from September 7th through September 8th, we saw this available supply in exchanges drop from 142.6 trillion down to 140.9 trillion. And guess what? It's continuing to dropping, especially as whales are continuing to add, like we talked about in the earlier video. So the point I want to make is the trends, although they're shifting towards a time where people are more so looking at some of the top assets in the space, it's actually beneficial for SHIB because the overall fundamental trends that have been good for SHIB, like removal of supply, big optics, things like that, they're remaining consistent. The whole market is basically gearing up for this time where price is going to take off. And this may seem like a whole bunch of information crammed into one video. And yes, it is. There's a lot of things that are taking place in the market. But the thing we have to remember is this all leads towards one thing, and that's adoption. It's movements in price. It's bigger, better times. Okay. That's the resounding thing that people need to understand. This is kind of all that stuff in the middle that you need to be aware about. But if you're buying SHIB, you're checking out for the time being, and you're going to come back later, probably doesn't matter that much. But I appreciate you guys as always. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think these trends are? Are they going to continue? Are we going to continue getting to all-time lows in terms of SHIB supply available in the market? Appreciate you guys. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you guys check out Margex. There's a referral link in the description below. Again, you can trade up to 25x leverage on Shiba Inu. There's up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses, and also earn your part of that huge $500,000 app Caspa airdrop that's going on right now. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.